Hey, thanks for watching the Spitter Swallow beer review. I'm with Jammer Fan, not Jammer though. So yeah, don't be disappointed, bitches. And I'm doing Jammer Fan. I got the Yuengling Hershey's Porter, which is going to be delicious.
Where's that out of again?
Well, Yuengling is Pottsville, Pennsylvania. They do have a brewery also in Tampa, but I think these are made in Pottsville. I'm not really sure though. They might make them in Tampa too.
Yeah.
This is Beer Advocate is 86. The American Porter, 4.7% ABV. And what you got there?
I'm about to look up the score phone, but
I got
this is
I got
Bell's
it for you.
Brewing.
I got the score for
nice.
you. Yeah.
Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. It's a regular IPA, an American IPA.
All right. Yeah, it's 95 by Beer Advocate. Bell's, which is out of what is that? Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Comstock, Michigan. Yeah, Comstock.
Yeah. And it's an American IPA. Yeah, 7% ABV. Yeah, is that what it says on the can? Or?
Yep, that's what it says. This is a stovepipe can, which is like I think those like 19-ounce ones. Yeah, it's 1 pint, 3.2 fluid ounces, which is 19.2 fluid ounces.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even get a head off this. I gave it a heavy pour too, but yeah. But this is Yuengling. I've had it one. Me and Jammer reviewed it one time. To me, it just tastes like they ruined the. I like Yuengling Porter, and this is their porter with Hershey in it, but it tastes like they put Hershey syrup in it. That's all it tastes like. Yeah, I bought it again just to try it again.
Yeah, I've wanted to try that one. Weirdly enough, it's not available in my area as much as you would think. I think we can get it, but there's so many chocolate beers around here that are local that I could go to the store and buy 10 chocolate beers right now. You know, like it's just a specialty store with lots of microbrew brands.
Yeah,
not the grocery store, but
where I was in Florida, we couldn't find it in the town we were in, but of course 20, 30 minutes south down in Tampa. You could find it all over, but you couldn't find it at all in the town we lived in. So, but up here in North Augusta, South Carolina, I went to a liquor store. They had a buttload of it. It was like all over the place. I was like, holy crap! But it was like $1.50 for a single bottle, so not too bad. Yeah. And it's very dark, and it's basically their porter. Smells like a porter with Hershey syrup in it.
Is it a natural smell or like a Hershey syrup smell? Like, is it just smell artificially?
It smells like regular, like the Hershey syrup you get in a bottle. It smells just like that.
But that's what they're advertising, though, so that's not a bad thing,
That's true. I mean, that's what they say it is. And they say Hershey's, whether that's the bar or the syrup.
If it was like if it was like a cacao nib aged stout that you paid top dollar for and it smelled just like cheap Hershey syrup, you might be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But it's Yuengling Hershey, so you're like, okay, it's Hershey's.
Yeah, that's cool, man. What's the ABV again? Like 5.5 or 6?
4.7.
Wow. So
4.7.
Okay.
And the regular porter is by Yuengling. That's normally a 4.7 also. So, same ABV. We've done the regular porter years back, and I said it's a good intro porter. It's very easy to drink. It's nothing really heavy or anything. So it's a good intro porter, which back then when we first started doing beer review, first porter I had was Yuengling, and I remember having. And then when we had a real craft beer porter, I was like, oh, my God, what is this garbage? It was so strong and everything. Of course, my palate has grown. So, yeah. So, which on yours? Look, smell.
So I idiotically forgot to go grab a glass, so I can A, go grab a glass, or B, I can do a can review of this bad boy because these people usually drink these out of the can, the 19.2 ounce ones, like when you're camping and stuff.
Yeah, and any beer can that has a fish on it, you're probably most likely need to drink it out of that can.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with the can review. I've seen this beer so many times. I can tell you it's a golden color with like some suspended particles. It's not hazy, but they bottle condition it, so there's those like kind of like little hazy yeast particles, and it's kind of just looks like a golden with like a tiny Well, by the way, yeah, stay golden. Golden girls.
Yeah.
You're asking me which. You remember you were gonna ask me what my favorite golden girl was.
Yeah. Who is it? Blanche.
Betty White. I always forget her name on the show. Sorry, but
her name is what is her name? I can't remember now. I know she's from Wisconsin.
But yeah, I love Wisconsin cheese, and she's a boss, dude. She's a boss bitch. She still kicks people's asses. I think, as far as I know, she's still alive. I haven't. There's like always death hoaxes.
Yeah, she's almost 100. She's about to turn 100.
So yeah, Betty White all the way, dude. 100%.
Cool. Now it's funny you're doing that beer because I did Bell's Oberon earlier as the first beer I reviewed tonight. Oberon.
Oh, that's perfect. I hadn't had a chance to catch up. I was like I said, just hanging out.
I haven't been doing live ones lately. I've been recording them, but this one's live.
You've been recording. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you recorded it. That's cool, man.
Jammer wants to record and edit and go back to our natural way, but yeah.
I get it, but it's cool to do some live ones too.
Yeah, he wants to do it with the split screen too. It's gonna be hard, but
yeah, it might be hard, but you guys can do it. I'm sure it'll look boss.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like a classic, dude. I remember like when I got into craft beer, I think they had this was one of the few IPAs I could get back in like I don't know. I got into craft beer, I want to say around 2010, 2009, 2010. That's when I started really getting into it.
Oh wow.
And I think that's pretty close to when you guys started the channel. You guys started in 2010 or 2011 or something, right?
2011, yeah. Next month will be the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. So I remember like I was living in Arizona at the time, and we had shitty breweries then. They weren't making IPAs or anything, man. They weren't doing that. Or if they did, they sucked. They were like ass IPAs. So I remember this is one of the best IPAs I could get.
Oh wow.
And even back then, it was $10.99 a 6-pack for this stuff in the bottle.
Wow, this liquor store I went to today, all single bottles, a couple cans. One can was 16 ounce, the rest of them were all 12 ounces. I bought 8 of them for $17.30, which is a bargain compared to down in Tampa. If I got the same amount of beers, I probably at least paid $24.25, at least, maybe even into the 30s. But the lowest one was like, and a couple of them were in $1.50 range. A couple of them were $2, a couple of them were $3 something. So, yeah. Thank God for low minimum wage in South Carolina.
But oh yeah, nice. To answer your question though, the smell of this, well, right on the can they say, distinct aromas ranging from pine to grapefruit, and it's a single hop beer. It's 100% Centennial hops.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting all that from just a Centennial, and yeah, it does. What's nice is these tall, skinny cans. They kind of remind me of like a Pilsner glass or something. It does kind of channel aromas pretty good for a can. But it smells pretty piney, and taste is I've had this a bunch. It depends on how fresh you get it. This is fortunately a fresh batch, so I'm getting like tons of like biscuit with like orange herb zest, like orange juice, and then the orange peel, like the zest, and then the pine. It's really nice. They also say grapefruit on here too, and I can see that. It's got I guess grapefruit has a more pithy, right? It's like got that pithy flavor, so I can see that kind of like being a grapefruit too.
And that's one of the big reasons I don't like IPAs. I'm not a big grapefruit fan, and a lot of them
because of the factory. Yeah, you had to smell them making the crazy grapefruit sauce, and it scarred you for life.
That too, but I hated grapefruit before that too. But that made it even worse, actually. Especially when you smell some spoiled grapefruit.
Smell the grapefruit sauce. I think that would scare anybody, man. That's like a scary Halloween story, the tale of the grapefruit sauce. I think you just got to tell that story. It'll scare the shit out of people.
Now, you guys do get Yuengling in Colorado, right?
So maybe you could look it up. I don't know. Like I could try.
Well, I know they just got it in Texas in the last couple of months. Finally, in Texas.
I swear I've seen it on draft, and it's easy to get a draft beer anywhere. Like you can special order a draft beer that's not available in your area. Places will do that. But I don't know if I've seen it on the store shelves. But I go to a specific bottle shop that's known for just having a ton of craft stuff and like local craft stuff. Like there's like probably over 1,000 breweries now in Colorado. Man, there's just so many. And
I'm
they
actually
just like
shocked there's so many here in South Carolina. Actually,
that's dope. There's just breweries popping up everywhere.
One thing bad about South Carolina ones, they're not. It's not. Well, at least they're not pushing their beers down to Florida. So I think I've only seen one South Carolina beer, maybe in Florida. A couple of North Carolina down there, but hardly any in South Carolina. But they do have, like here in this area, they have 2 or 3 breweries. Augusta, which is Georgia, actually across the river, but Columbia Brewing Company, Savannah, Palmetto Brewing Company, which I bought some of their beers, gave some to Jammer because he went to Virginia last week, and on his way home, he brought me some beers. Stopped by here.
Yeah, nice.
Gave me like 11 beers and a special malt liquor, 40-ounce bottle, and so we're supposed to review those beers eventually. And I had a 12-pack of some Palmetto Brewing Company beer. I gave him 4, so we could review those ones also. Well, I'm supposed to be going there maybe in December, so I can take him some more South Carolina beers then.
No, that's cool, man. It's always nice to there's all these like craft breweries popping up everywhere. I mean, even Florida has a lot better beer than it had a couple of years ago. You guys are getting a lot of new breweries.
Especially back in 2011, it was horrible. The selection.
Yeah, dude, 2011, dude, there was like nothing in Florida, Arizona, places like that.
Yeah. Florida still had Cigar City was around.
Yeah, Cigar City's been around.
Yeah, that's probably the best one down there back then. There was a couple of
if you were lucky to be close enough to Tampa, or you just wanted to but they sold it throughout the state, though, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other ones too, but none of them were spectacular or anything. Yeah.
The Canadians recently moved into Fort Collins, so there's a Canadian brewery called Red Truck Brewing, and they only have Canadian breweries, and they decided to build one in Fort Collins, right down the street from me. And they have this giant water tower that's like a fake water tower, but it has their logo on it. And every Red Truck Brewing has a Model T Ford that's styled in their Red Truck style. It's this cool, like they have the truck outside, it's drivable and everything. And all the breweries look like truck stops. So you go in there and it looks like a 1950s truck stop.
That's cool.
But it's Canadian, so they have poutine on the menu and all this like crazy Canadian shit on there.
Is that like some raccoon dish or something?
No, it's I had to look it up. Trust me, I was like, I'm not eating that. I don't know what it is, but it's fries with gravy and cheese curds.
Oh, okay. So it's maybe raccoon or possum.
Nah. And I was afraid of eating a cheese curd, but I guess it's just kind of like a little mozzarella ball looking thing. It's not like cottage cheese or weird. It's just hasn't been aged into like a hard cheese yet. It's basically just gravy cheese fries. They just wanted to make a fuss out of it and make it sound cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Now Jammer's got a video up. I'm not sure if you've seen it. He did like 8 solo videos, but he recorded them. And his first video shows some of those epic things of Starsky and Hutch and TJ Hooker and Chips, where we did our faces on the characters.
Yeah.
He showed that at the beginning, but the video's messed up. The further you get into it, the audio and the pictures keep separating.
So he sent me a message on Facebook, and I messaged him back like I was like, hey, yeah, I'll check it out. I've been like crazy busy for the past like week and a half, so I've just like barely had a time to come up for air, so I'm just kind of catching up now on all that stuff.
Well, make sure you watch his, because I know you watch one of mine because you commented on it. Don't make him jealous.
I think that was from a couple weeks ago or something, though, that I commented. I don't think it was some reason, but maybe it was.
Yeah, it was like last week. Last week, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I may have been drunk or something, and I was just like, I'm going to comment on a couple of videos, but it was just random. Like, I wasn't, No, I'll definitely check his stuff out too. But yeah, no, I saw your message tonight, and I was like, hell yeah, man, I'll come on and do a beer.
Yeah, this tastes like a light porter, very light porter. The Hershey taste is it's not like you drink Hershey chocolate milk. It's like watered down too on that. It's not like it's super chocolatey, but it's there. But it tastes like.
Could you drink 3 in a row at like a campfire in like the course of an hour? Could you drink 3 of those in an hour?
Yeah. It's very easy to drink.
Okay, that's cool then.
It's a light porter. Yeah, very easy to drink. Now, 7 or 8 of them, you might get sick, maybe, but yeah, I'd say 4 or 5, maybe the most.
Wow, 4 or 5. Yeah, get your chocolate on, man. That's cool. Some chocolate beers are just too strong,
Yeah, I would say even add a little bit of Hershey syrup to it. Yeah.
So guess the most chocolatey drink I've had lately came from the Bud Light Sweater Seltzer Pack that just came out. They just released their holiday seltzer pack, and it has all these holiday flavors. And there's one called Cherry Cordial, which tastes like chocolate syrup and cherries, and it's a seltzer, and it pours clear. It's a seltzer. It's like all artificial.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it tastes just like liquid Tootsie Rolls. It's so fucking chocolatey, and it's almost too chocolatey.
That's crazy.
But it looks like sparkling water, so you wouldn't think it would be that chocolatey, but they can do crazy shit, man.
I'm not a big seltzer fan though at all. There's something in it.
Try the Bud Light Seltzer holiday pack.
Jammer still has a bunch of seltzers that we did a year and a half ago on our original channel before it got deleted. So that was July of 2020 that got deleted. And he still has, because he bought like 12 packs or whatever. He still has a bunch. He's like, we need to do these. I'm like, that stuff is like a year and a half old. I'm not drinking that crap.
Well, those flavored sucks. What if you had eggnog, cranberry, and sugar plum, and then the chocolate cherry? They have an eggnog flavored seltzer, dude.
All right, we might have to try that one. I'll see if we can find that.
I got it at so I went to the grocery store.
Bud Light?
Bud Light makes it. It's but they released it early this year because like right next to it was the fall pack. The fall pack has pumpkin, toasted marshmallow, also has one of the cranberries in it, and then it has a maple pecan.
Now, in your view, would you rather do a beer that tastes like eggnog or a seltzer that tastes like eggnog?
The seltzer was pretty interesting. The seltzer was pretty interesting, man, because it tasted more like a cocktail.
Oh, yeah. What about chocolate cherry beer?
I would rather have a chocolate cherry beer, but I'd rather have a seltzer eggnog.
Yeah, I'd rather have a real eggnog.
But I've had eggnog beers before, or beers that wanted to get into that realm, but there's too much hops and malt and stuff to make it. You can't really have.
Kind of impossible almost.
But somebody in some Budweiser lab brewed up some chemical they put in there. It tastes like eggnog.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, our Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog video is our biggest viewed video on this channel.
You could do eggnog, Bud Light, eggnog seltzer, man.
We did do a video. I think it's on there where we mixed the eggnog with the Mai Tai rum. I don't know.
Yeah, that was cool. You guys got that on there still, yeah?
Yeah, that's kind of
holiday classic.
That was horrible.
I watch it every year.
Yeah, it was just when we did that eggnog one live. I was like, that's the most viewers we had live. I said, oh my God, we got like 20 some viewers. He's like, no way. I'm like, look. And then that's our biggest. Yeah,
you guys. That was a popular video. It was like, this is the holidays, and you guys were doing nog.
Yeah.
But so the 12, I got it at Kroger grocery store, which I don't know what they call those there.
Oh yeah, we got Kroger's here too. Yeah.
So I got it at Kroger. It was $15.99 for a 12-pack, and it comes with 3 of each flavor. So you only get 3 nogs, but it's almost worth it just for the nog ones. But
oh yeah. We might have to try that one. I'll tell him about that.
Their cranberry's pretty good because it's like a Thanksgiving cranberry that's kind of savory too, like almost like, and then the sugar plum, it was okay. It's like, it tasted like plum. It tastes like you're eating a plum. And then they had the nog and then the cherry cordial. And the cherry cordial, like I said, man, it's an abomination of science. It's like nothing should be that chocolatey, but be clear. It just messes with your mind. It's like, remember Crystal Pepsi? Yeah, Pepsi Clear. It was like, it was fucking with people, right? Because Coca-Cola should be
They
fucking.
came out with everything clear that year. It was like clear.
Yeah.
Everything was clear. It's like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
that
it
didn't
just is
last.
weird. So I'd rather Samuel Adams makes a chocolate cherry Bock in their holiday pack.
We did that once. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'd rather have that. I just think
Yeah.
it's more appropriate in beer form. But if you're gonna make a Nog Abomination or a Nog Abomination, having it in a little seltzer can is just perfect. Just
Yeah, I don't know
crack
that
pitcher.
English or the eggnog we did with Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog. I'm like, we've done other eggnogs every year, and I'm like, how the hell that one? And maybe there's a bunch of people in Pennsylvania like, someone's gonna review it this year. Just call my friends, hey, they're reviewing Pennsylvania eggnog or Pennsylvania Dutch eggnog. That was crazy.
So you could do a Dutch car bomb, which is basically where you take a seltzer, you take a Nog seltzer and drop a shot of Nog in there, and that's a Dutch car bomb, dude. And then boom, you drink it, right? Because it's not an Irish car bomb.
Oh,
You
hey.
got yourself a Dutch.
Well, what happened if we do that Boston eggnog? Would that be a Boston car bomb?
Sure. I mean, Boston. Remember, there was the Boston bombing.
We called the Boston Marathon bomb.
Yeah. The Maribomb. The Boston Maribomb.
The Boston Maribomb.
Yeah, just you're gonna get a lot of happy viewers from that one. You might want to go with.
That's hard. I mean, I don't like that stuff at all, but it sounded funny for a second.
Yeah, no, I think you guys need to go Dutch. Go just to drop the Dutch Nog,
or just I paid the line.
You know, or call it like a Nog eraser or like the Nog zombie.
Yeah.
You know, just like boom.
Yeah, I get you. I got blown up the other day. I was on a DC Comics group in Facebook.
Okay.
And I don't know if you heard, Superman has a son now. Him and what's her name have a son. The reporter lady, whatever her name is.
Lois Lane or something.
Lois Lane. They have a son. His name is. I forget what the hell his name is, but he came out as bisexual recently. He's been in the comics for about 10 years now. He went from a little kid to being about 18, 19, 20 years old or whatever. And he came out as bisexual in comics.
So let me guess. You said something insensitive about the situation.
Not really, but something came out that day which triggered me. I got triggered, which is they changed the model because he's the new Superman now. I don't know what happened to regular Superman. I don't keep up with comics, but I don't know if he's retired, dead. They do that stuff in comics. But his new model, Superman needs to be true justice in the American way. But the new model is true justice and a better tomorrow.
That sucks.
So that triggered me. Not bad, but I went down there and I guess a lot of people were complaining about it. And one of the admin guys says, I'm sick and tired of all you guys complaining about the Superman stuff. I'm going to start kicking you out of the group if you keep crying about it. And he tagged all the other admins people. He said, kick all these people out of the group if they keep crying about the Superman stuff. Whatever. So I got triggered by that, basically. So I went on there. I said, I can't believe someone states their opinion on here because they like a character, like their old ways, they used to do stuff, don't like change, and you're threatening to kick them out because they don't like it. And then people start going off. I mean, mostly liberals, but the funny thing is one was from Canada, one was from the Northeast, probably somewhere, but they're going off on me, and I'm like, anyhow, it was a whole bunch of different. The one guy kept going back and forth with me, and he says, "You know what? Those people," I said, I got nothing against bisexual or gay characters if that's what they want to do, but don't change old characters. Make new ones,
Yeah.
But anyhow, he went off on me. He's like, well, there's a lot of gays and bisexuals out there that buy the comics now. So they're, it's a lot of diversity. So they're making money. And I said, yeah, you're right. That's good. That's capitalism. Demand. He goes, wait. Don't put money, or he must be communist. He said, don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say nothing about capitalism. I said, well, supply, demand. You basically did say capitalism. These people are demanding it, they're supplying it. That's capitalism. Have a great day. And then he didn't say nothing back.
No, man, what you said is completely reasonable. You basically said a sound business argument that there's a new market that's opened up because there are more people of that demographic buying that stuff.
Right.
But
He said
your argument, your argument was that why don't you make new characters for that audience rather than taking characters that other demographics, customers, people like, and trying to do what they call virtue signaling, which is like, when they just put something, they're pandering to those demographics. They don't care about LGBTQ. They're just trying to sell, more tickets to the movies or
more
whatever.
money. Yeah. If regular people, or regular, whatever you want to call regular, people that aren't a minority or all that stuff aren't buying the stuff, and then it's like 10, 15, 20 years ago, they started killing off white characters, whether it was a do this or not. But like, say, for instance, Firestorm killed him during one of the Final Crisis thing, blew up in space, like nuclear. His essence flowed down back to Earth, his Firestorm Matrix essence, and it went into a black teenager. So now there's a black Firestorm. I wasn't pissed about being a black Firestorm. I was pissed because he was one of my favorite characters since I was a kid. They killed him. I'm like, they killed Firestorm, And they did that to a lot of characters where, Blue Beetle killed him off. The new Blue Beetle's black. Firestorm killed him, black. Mr. Terrific, he died of old age, whatever. New guy's black. It was just like, what? But I see why they're doing it, because at that time, more black people were buying comics.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's a sensitive issue, and I think people are automatically labeled as villains if, like, they're like, hey, I don't want my favorite superhero character to be changed. It's something from my childhood, is something I like. I'd rather you just invent something new than try to go back and change what I liked. And then to call that person racist might be an overreach in that situation, right? Because you're not saying you don't want a character like that, right?
Right. There's plenty of black African American characters I like. Black Lightning. And of course, it's racist saying he's black. Black Lightning. His lightning's yellow. That shoots. Maybe he should be yellow.
I get it. I think ultimately you just have to enjoy what characters you enjoy, and if they change things around, you just got to go with it. But I get what you're saying, that and like you said, there's plenty of there's plenty of African American characters in all the different comic universes. So there's not like they're not there. And bear this in mind, Shagdog. There's leaked audio. I think I heard somewhere of like a Disney exec back when they were doing the Star Wars sequels, and they wanted to make the main Jedi a woman because they said they could sell more makeup and all these girl accessories that they couldn't before, right? Because there's a bunch of products that you can sell to women that you can't sell to men, so they're like, oh, let's put a bunch of women in Star Wars, and then we can sell Star Wars makeup, and we can sell Star Wars.
If you look at a lot of action movies today compared to the 80s, there's a lot of women in the main role of these action movies. I don't know. Some people say they're trying to feminize men and make women more masculine.
I don't think it's that, because I'm all about feminism and women's rights. Don't get me wrong. I really feel strongly about that, but I think pandering for money is disingenuous, and it ends up just being annoying. It ends up pissing even feminists off and stuff, right? It pisses everybody off. When it comes to fictional characters, though, I think people take it too seriously. Like, people should not be wishing death upon people online over fictional characters.
I understand that.
And you can't be a racist if you're talking about a fictional character. If you're saying like, hey, I don't like that they, if you're somebody that's saying like, I liked the original Superman, I like the look and everything, and okay, there's an African American Superman or something, and you just don't prefer that one. That doesn't mean it's a character. It's a fictional character. It doesn't mean that you're a horrible racist and that you're.
And I'm okay. They have an African American Superman too now. He lives on Earth too. The multiverse, different Earths.
Yeah. And I personally, I think that's awesome. That's great. But I understand that there's some people who, it goes both ways too, man. There's the movie The Last Airbender. There was an anime called The Last Airbender,
Yeah.
and M. Night Shyamalan, the guy that did Sixth Sense and stuff, he wanted to do kind of like a kid family movie, so he made it, and he cast all the Asian characters with white characters.
They're probably pissed.
So it goes, it's not just like black and white. It can be other cultures too. It happens to Hollywood all the time. It happens with people are always swapping races around and doing stuff.
Yeah, look at Kung Fu with what's the name that hung himself? It's supposed to be for Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
What the hell was it? David Carradine?
David Carradine, yeah.
Yeah.
Robin Williams also hung himself, so like in a similar way. So I wasn't like, there's just so many.
Robert Williams, what's really freaky about his is one of his movies. He caught in the movie his son's doing that where he's got a belt to the doorknob.
Oh yeah, that's
and he catches him, and he's like, "Don't do that. You're gonna end up dying." And then he actually ends up dying. And then I don't know if he was doing this when he was doing it, but that's how he did it was with a doorknob and a chair.
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe he got that idea from that movie that he.
Maybe yeah. That Robin Williams thing came out of nowhere, man. That's So let's do a top 3 really quick, man. Top 3 most shocking celebrity deaths since 1980.
Robin Williams is definitely one of them.
All right, yeah, I'll go with Robin Williams too.
We should have seen it coming because he had a lot of dark, morbid movies in his last like 10, 15 years. It was like weird, depressing parts, and we should have seen it coming, but we didn't. We just thought he was trying to branch out. Paul Walker was a shock.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was my next one was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, he was a shock too. I mean, I knew he did drugs, but I didn't think he'd be overdosing or anything.
Yeah, like overdose. And Paul Walker, like he was just I actually remember reading the story of his death, right? So he's at a barbecue and one of his really good friends who's like a DJ or something who's also into fast cars, he had a sweet souped up Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
And they were driving it on this little back road, and there's this corner that's known by the locals or something that it's a tight corner, man. Like you got to slow down for this. And they hit this corner, dude, at like 120 or something. So they just flew off the road, but there's a defect on this Porsche where these things just like explode in flames, and the family's actually got like lawsuit money, but they didn't die. The passengers did not die on impact. The Porsche crashed, and they were trying to get out, and then it just like blew up because of how the gas tank was.
Based on the autopsy, because they had smoke in their lungs, inhaling, so they knew they were still breathing.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'm hoping they were actually unconscious and breathing.
Hopefully.
They died, not alive.
But it definitely didn't help when the car blew up,
Yeah.
Like maybe they could have lived or something.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
My
ex-girlfriend's son at the time, her son was a big Paul Walker fan. He was so upset when that happened. I was like, oh, yeah, shit happens. I didn't say it that way, but, well, he was with his friend that was speeding. That's why you don't speed, Take it as a learning.
Well, most cars don't go 120 miles an hour, and they couldn't get that fast on that road normally. Right. It was a race car, basically. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty sad, man.
And they said there was something with that type of Porsche, too. The handling was really bad on it or something there. So there's 2. You got anything else? Any other ones?
Yeah, I was thinking about a few.
I mean, I know Betty White will be a big shock when she dies.
Yeah, that I was actually thinking about Betty White too, but she's alive, and I'm just like, okay, what's one? It's been a while, but I would say when Paul Newman died.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was up there in age, but yeah.
I just see as a kid, for whatever reason, I loved seeing him on the Newman's Own products, the packaging. I've always liked the Newman's Own salad dressing. That was my favorite salad dressing when I was a kid, the Newman's Own Italian.
Yeah, and he has his own spaghetti sauce.
Yeah. So when he died, it was just kind of, for me, it was just weird because it was like Chef Boyardee dying, even though he's been dead for probably 100 years or something. But like it was just kind of like, it was just odd. I don't know.
Another shocking one for me was The Ultimate Warrior. Because he just got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay, yeah.
He went on Monday Night Raw, and then the next morning he died of a heart attack, which is really funny because back in the old days, everybody thought when he came back to WWE, he took a break for a while and came back like 92, 93. He looked a little different body wise, and everybody thought, and his hair was it was still long, but it looked different.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was a fake Warrior, Ultimate Warrior. And everybody said, oh, no, he died of back then it was a rumor he died of a heart attack, and that was a fake Warrior. You know? But in essence, it was him. And then all these years later, he's still alive. Gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, goes to Monday Night Raw, and gives a good speech, and then dies the next morning.
Well, there's Heath Ledger, too. That was a shocking one.
That's a good one.
Michael Jackson, another.
He's still alive, though, but I saw the photos. The analyst put him to the hospital.
You couldn't hide Michael Jackson. He's not someone you can hide.
I saw some pictures. The analyst was at the hospital, and then like in the parking garage, and he got out, walked out with a sheet around him. Yeah, there's pictures out there.
All right. Any last thoughts on the beer, man? Sorry, I just saw that we're like at 40 minutes. I don't want
to. Yeah, did we grade this? I don't know if I grade mine.
We did. Yeah. Like I don't know if you had anything.
Mine's real easy drinking. I'd probably give it a C plus, B minus. I'd go B minus with a swallow. B minus with a swallow. It's easy to drink. Nice porter, some Hershey chocolate notes. There you go.
What was the score on that? What did they give that online?
78.
Okay, yeah. So it has some flaws. It's not like perfect, right? It's just like you can drink it and it's okay. And
oh wait, that's the porter. Let me check the Hershey porter.
Oh, okay. I thought the Hershey porter was ranked better almost.
Yeah, I forgot. I switched over. Let's say Hershey chocolate porter. 86.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
So Hershey made Yuengling Porter better on Beer Advocate, according to Beer Advocate.
Interesting.
So maybe any type of porter you could add Hershey syrup to it, make it 10 points better.
Yeah. So you said this was a 94 or 95, right?
Right.
I think that's a little overkill because it gets really bitter and astringent, that pine. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, it's more like an 89. It's a classic American IPA. I think that's fair, right? Like, I've had so many good IPAs this year that it's like hard to, but they're different kind of IPAs. This is the classic West Coast sticky piney IPA. Right. They have all those weird unicorn hazy IPA.
My favorite IPAs, I think, are the New England IPAs.
Yeah.
Which are the hazy.
But they don't taste piney or bitter. They taste fruity. And
it's there, but it's more mellowed out. It's like very subtle hints of that. Yeah, it's very smooth and easy drinking.
Those are almost all I can find now. I mean, New England IPAs have taken over Colorado. Julia picked up this for me, and it was just kind of like she knows I like these old school West Coast beers, and it was kind of cool. And it's a fresh can, and but it's bitter. It's like I still have like a couple sips left after all this time, even because it's like you can't chug this. It's just gonna punish you if you try to chug it.
Yeah, I gotta get some. I almost grabbed an IPA today. I think I got one IPA. I did get one IPA, but I'll save that for next week. I can't remember what the hell it is.
Is that decently chuggable? Can you chug that chocolate beer?
I can chug this. I mean, it's smooth, almost as smooth as a Guinness. Basically, it's very easy to drink. Pretty smooth.
I'm finishing this one up, man, but it's a challenge right now. It's like, Jammer's always like, gotta finish the beer. I enjoy listening to you guys.
Close this one out, Jammer fan. We're at 46 minutes. I'm going to go live on Facebook here. I did that last time on my last beer last week. I did the beer review. Then when I got halfway done, I said, you know what? I'm going to close this out and go live on Facebook. Not thinking anybody would watch me, and a bunch of my friends started watching me. I'm like, wow, this is great. You should do this more often.
Nice. Well, I'll try to check it out, man. Yeah, I'll close it out by saying, 89 is cool, good beer. Drink it. It's a perfect it's a fish on it. You're drinking out of a can. Go for it, America.
Yeah, you're either boating, fishing, camping, or about to have some sex.
Make America aardvark again.
Right. I will see you on the next one. This is Jammer Fan and Shagdog, Spit and Swallow Beer Review. Yeah, hopefully we'll get Jammer Fan back on here too. Maybe Jammer said next week, next Friday, he might be Thursday or Friday next week. He might be able to do something.
Yeah, cool. I'll look for it. I'll check it out.
We'll see you later.
See you later, man.
Bye. All right, well, Jammer Fan, that was Jammer Fan, and we're going to close it out. Thanks for watching Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I am Shagdog, folks. See you on the next one.